Carolina that are meeting the standards and trying to make sure how what they're doing could be done in all the other schools in the state. I mean, this is not complicated. Just think about it. The challenge in American education is to create the school cultures and get the resources there and the training that produces excellence in some of our schools, to produce them everywhere. No one would ever seek to repeat excellence, which is the challenge, like the Army example I gave you, with a system like Leave No Child Behind. So she says, help get the people out there first, and help finance that, and then give the districts the tools to replicate what works everywhere else. And that's what her proposal is, instead of No Child Left Behind. Yes?
I'm a labor union activist, retired teacher from New York State, and all of the teacher friends that I have are adamantly supportive of Hillary and all that she has proposed for this country. In the last debate, however, something came up, and it was sort of an attack. And I've had a lot of people calling me and asking me to clarify, find out for them what was going on. Senator Obama had made the comment that while he was doing this sump work, that Hillary was serving on the board of Walmart, and Walmart being obviously a very anti-labor organization.
Yeah, that's true. She was asked, when she was asked to go on the board of Walmart, they had no women in positions of management, and they had no environmental profile. And she was asked if she would serve and try to help them become more environmentally sensitive, and she agreed to do it. We lived in a state that had a very weak labor movement, where I always had the endorsement of the labor movement because I did what I could to make it stronger. She knew that there was no way she could change that, not with it headquartered in Arkansas, and she agreed to serve. And interestingly enough, even Walmart's strongest critics agree that it's one of the leading forces for trying to help make America more economically independent on the energy front. They sold over 100 million compact fluorescent bulbs this year. They reduced their, that's equivalent of taking 700,000 cars off the road. They reduced their packaging by 5%, saved $3.5 billion. That had the equivalent of taking 210,000 diesel trucks off the road. Which the reason I know all this stuff is that this is what I do now. This is green, I try to figure out how to reduce our greenhouse gases to create jobs. So she did that. The other thing I think you should know is, while she was serving on the board, she and I helped to develop a program called Buy America, when for the time I was a governor and she was on the board, as compared with, let's say, Kmart, Walmart bought 10% more of its products manufactured in America. And we had, for example, a Van Heusen shirt factory that closed in Arkansas, and two people who had worked there for 20 years reopened the factory as a locally owned factory. Because of the Buy America program, Walmart bought shirts from them instead of shirts made in China or Mexico or somewhere else. We had a television factory, which was basically a cabinet-making operation that inserted television bought by the Japanese company Sanyo away from the American company. They were going to, it was union labor. They were going to shut that thing down and just make it go away. Walmart bought their 20 millionth television from them last year. And the guy from Sanyo in Japan came to see me and gave me one of their little plaques commemorating that they'd done that, because it was part of the Buy America campaign. So American union jobs, I think something like 500 union jobs in the Mississippi Delta, where they were the best jobs in the county, were saved. So yes, she served on the board, and yes, I think it was the right thing to do under the circumstances of the time in the 1980s. And while she served there, they were buying 10% more of their products than Kmart was, made in America, trying to save jobs in America, and beginning to green the company. So I think it was the right thing for her to do.
Thank you for
and she didn't exactly get rich doing it. Just so.
Yes. First of all, President Clinton, welcome to Lexington County. I'm a middle-aged farmer, and I want you to explain Senator Clinton's ideas on renewable fuels and how we're going to get out of this mess that's bleeding this country dry buying energy abroad? And also, how close does her platform or program mirror former Governor Vilsack's ideas about rebuilding rural America and the economies in rural America?
Well, let me answer the second question first, because I can give you a shorter answer. He is one of her closest advisors and has become one of her closest friends.
He's a good man.
And he's a very good man. Vilsack was the governor of Iowa, the immediate past governor of Iowa, and I think one of the 5 or 6 finest governors that I served with, either as president or as governor. And she wants him to be intimately involved in not only her campaign, which he is, but also in an administration if the people are good enough to elect her. And their rural development ideas track very closely. You should also know that she has personally been involved in rural development for 25 years.